Hi, I'm Luke.
I'm Ainsley.
And we are
Scream Queenie.
Yes. Once again, we are back. Miss Sam Fuller, from Michigan, aka Betty White-Yo is also her name, asked us to do the Fear Street series. So we've already done part 1. This is going to be part 2, which is titled 1978. So, this is directed by Leigh Janiak again, as well, just like the first one was. So some of the cast is similar, plays really bit parts in this one from the first part, right? However, the main cast in this is Sadie Zink plays young Ziggy, Emily Rudd plays Cindy, Ryan Simpkins plays Alice, McCabe Sly plays Tommy, and Ted Sutherland plays young Nick.
And who plays old Ziggy? Not old Ziggy, older Ziggy.
Yes. Gillian Jacobs. The story, my friend.
Well, it starts out in 1978. The young Ziggy is at a summer camp. And it's Shadyside against, what is it?
Sunnyvale, yeah.
Witch curse ensues. Previously good boy, starts going on a killing rampage. They're finding out that the curse is real.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to find a way to stop it. Music was also good in this one.
Yes, through both part 1 and part 2 so far, I have been singing along with things. I'm a big music fan. I am a singer for a band, so I like to sing. And there's been many times where I'm like singing along with the songs as they're going on. So
Wayward Son was played like 3 times.
They also, I really enjoyed the fact that they did do a Nirvana song in this one, but they did their cover of David Bowie's "The Man Who Sold the World." And then toward the end, they do the David Bowie version. So originally, I guess they start off in 1994, right? Like kind of where the last movie ended off, where part 1 ended off. So it is the older C. Berman telling the story to Josh and Dina from the first part to kind of give a little bit more history of the lore, history of
how to save Sam, basically.
Yes. This part was very different from the first one in a lot of ways, until it becomes just like the first one in a lot of ways. I'm always really entertained by things that you think that they're going to be different, and then they wind up, like, especially in like sequels and things like that. It started off at the summer camp, which was very Friday the 13th-esque. Especially the time setting that it was. So you're talking, late 70s. A lot of those Friday the 13th movies were late 70s into the 80s. What were your thoughts on the movie?
I liked it.
Well, obviously. So in the first part, there was a very, you kind of came to find out that if you bleed on the bones of the witch,
she comes after you.
Well, and
sends her minions after you.
Yeah, and at some point, kind of, I guess, possesses you. Isn't that? or.
Well, apparently, in Sam's case,
yeah,
she died. She came back. She was possessed.
But we are not sure how these other people become her minions and start killing. The majority of them look creepy as all get out. I did feel like that this one was a little more slow moving than the first one, for it to get to, but there was more of a story about the sisters and where they were from and their relationship. Once again, when this movie, just like the first part, when this movie got gory, it got really gory pretty quick. A lot of killing.
Stabbing, breaking bones.
Hatcheting. Axing, I guess you would say, or whatever. Hatchet axing.
Head splitting open.
Lots of blood.
Lots of outhouse scenes in this one. In a particular outhouse. in the outhouse, under the outhouse.
Yeah. My sister's in the toilet
Yes.
was a thing.
Yes. So we had a bit of a short discussion, but so they're at this camp and it's a bunch of like teenage kids, right? And so we were just wondering who thinks of like doing this like summer camp thing where there's the only adult there was a nurse whose daughter had went crazy and killed like 7 people, obviously under the influence of the witch. Who is the crazy idiot that is like, hey, let's send a bunch of kids out there and expect them not to be promiscuous or do drugs or pick on each other? Or
I have been to camp. Granted, it was church camp, and there were adults. There were a lot of adults.
but that's not I mean, yes, in the movies though, they make it seem like summer camp is like, and really, I guess most of the people that were doing that stuff were they counselors. Like most of the, and that's the way it always is. Like Friday the 13th, it's always the freaking counselors that are like doing drugs and like sleeping around and doing.
That's the whole point of being a counselor.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. So that's why all the kids wind up getting killed. I mean, right? Because nobody's paying attention. That's the point. Be responsible. Pay attention. So I'm going to give this one, I'm gonna give it 3 screams because I still liked it a lot. I did not like it as much as the first part. I am still very intrigued about part 3. There was a little preview for it. So that one's based in 1666 with the 3 6s there. So I can only imagine what's gonna happen. I'm very excited about seeing the lore of that. So your rating, my friend?
My rating is a 4.
4 screams.
I liked it just as much as the first one. And I'm also excited to get to the 3rd one, which your friends from Macabre Matinee compared it not on the same technical level, but to The Witch, that kind of slow burn feel, which I loved that movie. So I've heard it called slow, and then I've heard the slow burn. So
okay, well, so a couple of times now we've mentioned their YouTube channel, which is Macabre Matinee, and it is my friends Sean and Craig. So we're gonna put their link in our bio. So go and check them out, please, because I listen to them every week, and they are amazing. They do a lot of classic horror films, and they're great guys. I see them on a weekly basis too. We actually frequent the same comic shop and have a lot of talks and stuff. They're really good guys. All right, so we disagreed a little bit on this one, but I think we both liked it. It just took a little while to get going for me, but once it did, it was really good. So this is really kind of our first multiple part film, and something that we're trying to do kind of all in a series of episodes. So we'll do part 3 next episode. I think it'd be really cool if after this, if we did a like overall rating of what we thought of it all together, because I feel like we're moving into a thing of like, I mean, not on the level necessarily, but just to compare it to like Lord of the Rings or something. I mean, you can't take one of those films without taking the other 2 or whatever. And
once you get to a certain point, you have to consider the entire work.
Yeah. All right. As always, please subscribe, share with your friends, and even people that aren't your friends. We'll take your enemies too. We will, if they'll watch us. And then we'll just argue with them a lot if they're jerks. Thank you guys for watching so very much. And we'll see you guys next time. I'm Luke.
I'm Ainsley.
And we are
Scream Queenie.
See ya.
Bye.